What's up, family? It's me, your boy, your urban sports guru. I just wanted to give you my reaction from all the things I saw this past week in the NFL. Reaction to Week 15. And one of the things I want to give a shout out to the Cleveland Browns and Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is a problem, people, and I salute the Cleveland Browns for doing the right thing, taking him number one, and not falling victim to, oh, is he tall enough and all of this, and it's paying dividends because all the rookie quarterbacks, he's the one having the best season. And everyone who thought the Cleveland Browns would probably have another 3-13 season, people like myself said, yeah, they can win 7 games, they can win 8 games. I thought I was crazy. I thought all of us was crazy. Y'all see how talented that roster is now. It's funny because when their former coach first took the job, it was a shit job because they had no talent. Now, that's going to be one of the most attractive jobs coming all season. I'm just saying. Now, Giants really disrespected themselves, you know what I'm saying, getting shut out at home. Atlanta's playing for next year. Got to fix the defense because the offense still got all the components, and I think the offensive coordinator might have saved this job, and Dan Quinn might have saved this job because look how many injuries he had on defense. Packers and the Bears. Packers and the Bears. I'll do a separate individual video about that. Dallas and the motherfucking Colts. Now, all y'all seen my Instagram, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Y'all seen my post. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day when Jesus washed all my sins away. Anytime the Cowboys lose, this is the song that comes in my head and comes in my heart. And what did I tell y'all? What's going to happen to the Dallas Cowboys? What the fuck is going to happen to the Dallas Cowboys when somebody hits them? When somebody punches them in the mouth? What's going to happen to them when somebody gets an early lead on them? Then guess what? They're going to forget that formula. They're going to forget that game plan. See, this is kind of similar and reminiscent in boxing, where they say everybody has a game plan until they get punched in the mouth. Then the game plan kind of goes out the water, and you're just trying to survive at that point. This is what happens to the Cowboys. Second you get a lead on them, they forget their best player is Zeke Elliott. Then they start doing a whole bunch of other shit they can Dak Prescott's going to carry into the promised land. And I told y'all, the reason why the Dallas Cowboys will not make the Super Bowl this year, and they got the talent to, is Dak Prescott. Fuck around, they lose this week, they might not make the playoffs. They lose this week to Tampa, they will not make the playoffs. And I hope they don't. I really do. I think they'll beat Tampa though, but I really don't. I don't want to see it. I want to see these Dallas Cowboys fans. I hate you motherfuckers, I really do. Where the fuck y'all motherfuckers in my comments now? That was in my comments after that Saints game. Where the fuck y'all in my comments now though? Little bitches. Now, we go on to the Vikings. They fired offensive coordinator John DeFilippo. Now they got this other new offensive coordinator, and this is the offense that I was expecting to see from them all year long. Y'all have heard me all year long, Dalvin Cook, Dalvin Cook, Dalvin Cook. And this past week, we finally saw Dalvin Cook. And had to have Kirk Cousins playing off of Dalvin Cook with those two studs they got on the outside with Kyle Rudolph. This is what we've been expecting to see from them all year. Last year, the offensive coordinator, Pat Shermer, did so well, got himself a head coaching job. They put DeFilippo in, and right now it's looking like it's just him to stunk up the joint, because the second you replace him, you see the offense clicking all over again. I want to see if they can continue this shit. I want to see if they can continue it, because this is the Minnesota Viking team that I expected to see all year long. Bucks versus the Ravens. I look at Lamar Jackson. I look at the things they're doing with them. It's like Tim Tebow part 2. This is Tim Tebow part 2. When I look at what Denver was doing with Tebow, this is basically what Baltimore's doing with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's just smaller, but he throws it just as bad as Tebow. I think he's more talented than Tebow. Moving forward, they can't do this, but I think black quarterbacks, again, coming up in the game right now, got to realize you got to be pocket passers. You can't keep allowing the NFL to use you as these dispensable pieces to run you into the ground. Then when you can't do it anymore, fuck you and they just replace you. They have to learn to be pocket passers. This Sandlot shit is not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And the best example of that, we've seen that with Cam Newton. And the last night's game, I mean, I've compared him to the Allen Iverson of football because the way he's just me, myself, and I routine. I don't feel sorry. I give him props for playing with an injury, but the reason why I don't feel sorry for his injury is because he's never developed as a pocket passer. If he developed as a pocket passer, his ass will be in the pocket, won't be getting hit so much. You have running backs. That's their job to run. That's what the fuck they get paid for. When you do a read option, give them the fucking ball. Cam doesn't do that. And he's still trying to run. Black quarterbacks, they got to change the thing. They got to change the game because this shit is just going to get you. Only reason why this going to get you fucked up because the only reason why Cam Newton has not missed a ton of games is because he's just a freak athlete in comparison to all these other dudes who are playing this style. He's just a freakish athletic dude, big and strong and all of that, but he can't throw. He literally can't even throw now because of his injuries, and his style of play is because of that. It's not even a coaching because there's been multiple different offensive coordinators he's had. And some have tried to change them, and Norv Turner's coming along and hasn't tried to change them. Because he realized what the previous coaches trying to change him just don't work. Just don't work. His mechanics suck. Shit got to change, man. But really, I really wanted to touch on two particular games. The Patriots and the Steelers. I'm glad to see Mike Tomlin get the win this game, probably taking him off the hot seat. But what I really saw about this game is I saw the Pittsburgh Steelers doing anything and everything possible to piss this fucking game away. Doing anything and everything possible to piss this fucking game away, and New England couldn't capitalize. That's what I saw. Pittsburgh outgained them by a shit ton of yards, and they were still one throw away from tying this game at the end. This game shouldn't have been close. Should not have been close, and it unfortunately still was because Pittsburgh just knows how to fuck certain things up. And this is what always gets blamed on Mike Tomlin. I hold him to his contemporaries to me is not Bill Belichick. His contemporaries to me were Sean Payton, Mike McCarthy. Why? All three Super Bowl coaches. All three are coaching future Hall of Famers at quarterback. But guess what? Why did Mike McCarthy just lose his job? His expertise is offense. You're coaching a Hall of Fame quarterback, and the offense took a dip. So now, you're not holding up your end of the bargain. You're out of here. Sean Payton doesn't have that problem. Why? Offense, even though they're struggling these last couple of games, has not taken a dip. The offense is, what I'm saying? They still one of the top-ranked offenses. It pisses me off about Mike Tomlin. You have a Hall of Fame quarterback, so your offense is good. You got a good coordinator. Your offense is good. The problem I have with Mike Tomlin is your expertise is defense. And the defense is something you can really count on when it comes to Pittsburgh. You got a couple of good players. I told y'all T.J. Watt was going to be a steal. And here he is in the second year. He's already the best player on the defense. But consistently, the Pittsburgh defense is always coming up short. And they did everything to piss this game away against New England, man. And I like Mike Tomlin. I got a lot of respect for Mike Tomlin. Maybe this game took him off the hot seat, but I stand behind what I said. I believe that they don't make the Super Bowl this year, he's going to be on the chopping block. And I think the organization is probably responsible for that because I think they setting things up where he's going to end up being a scapegoat for it. First and foremost, not signing Le'Veon. Just how I feel. Now, last but not least, we got Philly against the Eagles, Philly against the Rams. And everybody's talking about the Rams, some of the Rams defenders and all that. Nobody's paying attention about how these guys are not being played in their proper positions. In particularly, Ndamukong Suh. I've said this shit since week fucking 1. Before I even get to the Rams offense, other things I've said since week 1. Let's talk about the Rams defense. I've said since week 1, Ndamukong Suh is playing out of position. It reminds me of when the Washington Redskins had Albert Hayesworth, a perfect 3-technique defensive tackle, and you put him at nose guard. And it was like the dumbest fucking decision ever. And he was completely ineffective. Only difference between this is that Ndamukong Suh knew they was going to put him in this position, and he signed up for it because there wasn't a whole lot of takers for him. And Ndamukong Suh is not a nose tackle. I'm sorry to disappoint you. He's not a nose tackle. This team is he's a 3-technique defensive tackle. The problem is the best 3-technique defensive tackle is already on your team. His name is Aaron Donald. So you're not going to move him off of his position so you can play that. That's not going to happen. So you got Ndamukong Suh on the nose, getting pounded in the run, which is not what as a nose tackle. That's not his forte. Snacks Harrison is a nose tackle. That's not Ndamukong Suh. And I see they have so many tackles because they have blockers. There's times where they got Ndamukong Suh playing right rusher and trying to rush from the outside. Are you serious? This is where you got Ndamukong Suh. You wonder why he's not as productive? He's playing out of position. Well, it's just ridiculous. And when I look at the Rams offense, I've been saying this shit since week 1. What happens when you take Todd Gurley out the mix? Not just because they hand it to him and he can do his rush routes and they dumping it off to him, but you play action all the time. Now teams are not falling for the play action. I've been saying this shit since week 1. So much of what they do comes off play action. What happens when you take away the play action? And the fact that Sean McVay is in Jared Goff's ear up until 15 seconds on the play clock, making the calls for him at the line. This coverage is here, so the ball should come there. He's making those reads for him. That's not good. That's not good. That's really not good. And moving forward, like, anybody's rooting for the Rams, I think you should be worried. I think you should be really fucking worried if anybody's rooting for the Rams. That's my take. That's my reaction to Week 15. Let me know what you think. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram, Urban Sports Guru. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you hit the subscribe. I'm out. Peace and love. Guru. Salute.